Hey everyone, good evening. It is 7:15. It's time for one more story in our holiday stories by the fire. As you can see over here, my cat Ellie, she loves to listen to stories and she loves to sit by the fire. So we haven't seen her yet in any of these stories, mostly because we've been reading them at the library. But tonight I'm coming to you from my own living room. And I went upstairs a little earlier and I picked out one of the most favorite books that I have in my library collection here at my house. And I know I say that all the time. I have so many favorite stories. But anyway, this one is truly special to me. It's a story by Sarah Stewart, and it's called, guess what? It's called The Library. Of course it is, right? So, this is a story illustrated by David Small, and we are grateful to Farrar Straus and Giroux for letting us read this book to you tonight. So it's a story about generosity, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. So The Library, and here's the title page. The Library by Sarah Stewart, pictures by David Small. Okay, are you ready? I'm ready. And before I forget, Happy New Year. Okay. Elizabeth Brown entered the world, dropping straight down from the sky. Elizabeth Brown entered the world, skinny, nearsighted, and shy. And there is Elizabeth Brown. She's falling right onto the clothesline. Dropped right out of the sky. She didn't like to play with dolls. She didn't like to skate. She learned to read quite early, at an incredible rate, and I bet a lot of you have done that too. She always took a book to bed with flashlight under the sheets. She'd made a tent with covers and read herself to sleep. She's got her little panda bear, and she has a cat too. Maybe that's why Ellie likes this book. Elizabeth Brown went off to school dragging a steamer trunk. Can you see that? Elizabeth Brown unpacked her books, breaking the upper bunk. So she had so many books, it broke her bed. She sat in all her classes and doodled on a pad, adrift in dreams of entering a reader's Olympiad. She manufactured library cards and checked out books to friends, then shocked them in her midnight raids to collect the books again. She didn't want them to stray too far. Elizabeth Brown preferred a book to going on a date. When friends went out and danced till dawn, guess what? She stayed up reading late. That's what she liked to do. She took the train one afternoon and promptly lost her way, so bought a house and settled down to tutoring for pay. Elizabeth Brown walked into town summer, fall, winter, and spring. Elizabeth Brown walked into town looking for only one thing. Do you think you know what it might be? Maybe the bookstore? Maybe the library? She didn't want potato chips. She didn't want new clothes. She went straight to the bookstore. You were right. May I have one of those? Elizabeth Brown walked right back home and read and read and read. She even read while exercising and standing on her head. And if you turn it this way, it doesn't look like it, right? But that's how she would exercise. She made a list of groceries and tucked it in her books. She lost the list among the fruit and left with nothing to cook. She read about Greek goddesses while vacuuming the floor. Attending only to her book, she'd walk right into the door. She's not a very good housekeeper. And she's about to vacuum up the cat. Do you see that? Oh, my goodness. Books were piled on top of chairs and spread across the floor. Her shelves began to fall apart as she read more and more. Big books made very solid stacks, and she had lots and lots of those all over the house, on which teacups could rest. Small books became the building blocks for busy little guests. When volumes climbed the parlor walls and blocked the big front door, she had to face the awful fact she could not have one more. Look on this page. Can you see her room? My goodness, she has a lot of books. What do you think she's going to do with them all? I think I might have an idea. And I bet you do too. Elizabeth Brown walked into town that very afternoon. Elizabeth Brown walked into town whistling a happy tune. Can you whistle? Miss Terry is a really good whistler, by the way. Have you ever heard her? She's very good. Okay, she didn't want a bicycle. She didn't want silk bows. She went straight to the courthouse. May I have one of those? The form was for donations. She quickly wrote this line: I, E.B. Brown, give to the town all that was ever mine. So she gave the town all of her books. And there she is signing her name. How kind, how generous. And there is the Elizabeth Brown Free Library. So that means anybody, you and me, maybe not our cats, maybe, we can all go to the free library. Isn't that wonderful? Elizabeth Brown moved in with a friend and lived to a ripe old age. I wonder how old. They walked to the library day after day and turned page after page after page. And that is the end of The Library by Sarah Stewart and pictures by David Small. We have a lot of generous people in our community who donate books, and sometimes they donate money, and we appreciate everything that they do, everything that you do throughout the entire year to keep us open and keep us allowing everybody to come in and use the library. So from us to you, we wish you a very happy New Year, and we thank you for your patronage and being such wonderful readers in our community. Have a great night and don't stay up too late.